If you've been watching or listening to these reports for any period of time or any subset of what I've done, you know I avoid politics and I avoid giving my opinion on the world. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about politics. I don't judge people. What I do is I just look at the numbers and with the hope that keep as many people alive as possible, maybe get them to make a decision that might be a little more scientifically based. That's all I'm trying to do. So right now, I've got a real good opportunity to take a look at some key numbers to maybe influence, especially those who are vaccine hesitant, about the issues surrounding vaccines and possibly getting vaccinated for you or your family. We have states now that have a 70% vaccination rate and higher. We have states that have a very low vaccination rate. So you could talk about Wyoming, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Missouri, and you would see low vaccination rates. So let's pick a state with a low vaccination rate and look at the numbers. I'm going to pick Missouri because Missouri right now is the worst. 39.6% our people are vaccinated, and that's concerning. So with a 39.6% vaccination rate, Missouri now leads the country in COVID admissions, COVID deaths, and number of cases of COVID per day. There are over 1,000 cases per day. I mean, we're talking about mid-pandemic numbers in the state of Missouri. Why? The vaccine. I mean, there's no other reason to explain it except that they have a lower vaccination rate in Missouri. So if you're in that state, there's a couple reasons to get vaccinated. The first is you're in a state where it's going to spread fast and the Delta variant is there. It loves people who live in areas that are not highly vaccinated. And if you're not vaccinated, you're in maybe worse case than when the pandemic started. So I would suggest you get vaccinated. But it also tells us something else. We have a window of time where all of us, those who have been vaccinated, those who have not been vaccinated, all of us have a chance to suppress, to push down the coronavirus. And I'm afraid I'm going to be right, and I don't want to be. We're blowing this opportunity because we're not getting enough people vaccinated quickly enough. And we see the Delta variant coming. The Delta variant right now is only a big problem because it spreads faster. But the way coronavirus works is it gets in your body, especially somebody who's not vaccinated, and it starts to change and mutate. And then it spreads from one person to another. So given that opportunity, coronavirus is going to learn how to be more aggressive as well as to spread faster. What does that mean? We have to keep our vaccines up with coronavirus, and hopefully we can. But what if we can't? I mean, just what if it mutates and all of a sudden we're back to where we were in the beginning of 2020? That's my fear. First of all, I don't want to live like that again. I don't want to be out seeing patients with my life on the line again. I don't want to watch people die again. And all of this could happen if we don't continue to successfully vaccinate. So there's two reasons to get vaccinated. The first is to protect you and your loved ones. The second is a social contract. We are part of the human family. So if you get vaccinated, you are reducing the chances of this virus taking hold. In addition to that, we have to get the world vaccinated. This is not a small task. So those of us who live in areas which are highly vaccinated are kind of coming back to normal. We should enjoy it, but we should have an eye open, a very strong look at those areas that aren't, and do whatever we can to perhaps persuade these people to make decisions that are better for themselves and for others, despite what they might think in their own minds.